see my wrist drown. Everybody wanna me for benefits now. Man, I wish my money.
Yo, what is good, everybody? My name is the Coaster King, and today I'm going to be talking about my 2021 predictions for all the Six Flags parks in the chain. Um, as I was saying in the last couple of videos, I don't think Six Flags is going to add any major additions in the 2021 season just because of this whole coronavirus situation. So be warned, don't be too upset. I don't think too many big rides are coming, if any big rides are coming to any Six Flags park. Personally, in the future, I honestly would think I would rather, and hear me out with this one, Six Flags save up their money for some parks and invest it all in one year into like one huge ride rather than every year you get a new ride. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So the first park I have on my list is Six Flags Magic Mountain. A lot of people are rumoring that there's going to be a huge new coaster coming, but I don't see that happening. I think the two things are going to happen. So first, it's going to be a SkyScreamer. Magic Mountain doesn't have one. It's a big hole in the lineup, and I guess they could definitely break some records with it if they wanted to. I'm sure Six Flags already purchased a few of these and just hasn't gotten to put it in yet, as they buy the rides in bulk. That's why they kind of clone a lot of the rides. But so that's definitely a thing I can see coming to Magic Mountain. In addition to that, I see a 50th anniversary thing coming, similar to some of the other parks that they've had in the past. This is going to be a cheaper addition to kind of stall the ride that's going to come in the next 2 or 3 years. Once again, Six Flags is going to be a budget park for their additions to the 2021 season. I don't see any too big of things coming, and I know this is a letdown for a lot of enthusiasts and people who go to parks like Magic Mountain who are rumored to get a coaster. But I don't think there's going to be any new big additions for a park in general in the Six Flags chain. Moving on to Great Adventure, this is not really even affected by the coronavirus situation, but I think it's just going to be a DC Super Friends area. I did talk about this in my 5-year plan. I think that it's pretty common opinion that there's going to be a Kitty Land expansion. I think the DC Super Friends would be a good fit. There's a bunch of areas you can go. Probably by the Jersey Devil, they can fit it in the extra spaces or anything like that. There's just a lot of room in the park that's left. So there's definitely a lot of room for the Kittyland area, and definitely it's gonna be a good fit for the park that doesn't have that many kid rides. For Six Flags America, I think it's gonna be a Zamperla air race or another small flat ride. Six Flags America is also one of those parks that rumored to maybe get a coaster, but I don't see it happening in the near future. I think it's just gonna be a small flat ride edition, as we've seen in the past with this park. It's not the year for it. I hope RMC War comes in the future, but in my opinion, it's not going to be coming this year. As for Six Flags New England, I already talked about this in a whole video, but I think it's going to be a water park expansion, probably in the form of the mat slides that I'm showing right here. I don't see any major additions coming, not only because of the coronavirus situation, the wanting to save money, but also because of the land. They're really boxed in their land, and they don't have too much room to expand. So, in my opinion, I think New England is just going to get a water park addition. If you want to learn more about that prediction, I talked about it in a whole video about 2 days ago. I posted it. Six Flags St. Louis, I think it's going to be an enterprise ride similar to the one that came to New England. They don't have one of these yet. It's a cheap ride. Once again, one of the rides that Six Flags probably has in bulk, and they're just going to distribute to a bunch of parks. St. Louis is another one that's rumored to get a roller coaster, but I don't think this is the year. I think they're going to save their money. For Six Flags Darien Lake, I think they're going to redeem the Ride of Steel back to Superman Ride of Steel. If you guys didn't know, Six Flags actually sold off Darien Lake for a little bit. So when they sold them off, they weren't allowed to have the Superman Ride of Steel name in there anymore. So they just redeemed it to Ride of Steel. So I think they're going to revert it back to Superman Ride of Steel and call that the new edition, and that would be a cheap edition. For Six Flags The Ronde, I don't see anything coming. A couple years ago, they just added show improvements. I think the same thing's going to happen. Six Flags didn't even have the full ownership of LeBron, so they definitely don't need to have any new big additions for this park. So this one's not going to get anything. Great Escape show improvements. Once again, one of those parks never gets anything anyways. Now combined with Six Flags not wanting to put anything in anywhere, I think that it's just going to be nothing. Maybe some show improvements. I think for Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, they're going to market their spinning ride as the new ride for 2021. I think that the new roller coaster Sidewinder Safari is going to be marketed as 2020 coaster, even though it's technically supposed to be a 2020 coaster. So they kind of got cheaped out on that, but I do think that's what's going to happen. And Six Flags Great America, I think, is the biggest addition in the Six Flags chain. It's going to be a Zamperla Giant Discovery. I feel like Six Flags already bought a bunch of these, a bunch of the clones similar to ones at Great Adventure. So they're probably just going to distribute it, and a park like Great America needs one. So they're probably going to put it in at Great America, and this would be a cheap edition because they already bought the ride probably, and they would not need to pay any extra. For Over Georgia, I see a floorless conversion in Georgia Scorcher and possibly a retheme for it. This is another cheap edition. All they need to buy is new trains. This is going to be similar to that thing that they did for Six Flags America. They converted the Firebird, or they converted Apocalypse to Firebird. They're going to do something like that over Georgia, in my opinion. And overall, just once again, the same theme throughout all these editions is cheap. They're trying to budget cut and save money so they can get back on track for the future. For Six Flags Over Texas, probably just new shows. This park does need new shows in general, so I think that it would be a good addition for them just to get new shows or park improvements, like some of the other parks that I was talking about earlier. For Frontier City, I think they're going to get a small ride like Great Escape. Once again, one of those parks that Six Flags really doesn't care about in general, so they're not going to get anything. And for Fiesta Texas, mat slides is my prediction. Just like New England, they don't have those slides there. And Fiesta Texas has been one of the fastest growing parks in the chain. And I do believe that they're going to keep putting in some money to the park. So this is a decently sized addition with the mat slides. And I think it's going to follow a similar suit as New England would. Thank you guys for watching this brief video. I'm going to be breaking down a lot of these further in depth in the future, so just let me know which ones you want me to break down further. I'm definitely going to be talking about some of the bigger ones, possibly like Magic Mountain or Great America, as well as I'm going to be doing a Cedar Fair predictions video in the near future. So let me know. Thank you.
I'ma skip town, see my wrist down. Everybody wanna me for benefits now. Man, I wish my money.